I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Kathy Altense. Here. Joy Sellers.
Here.
Melinda Cook. Patrick Sellers.
Here.
Nikki Bender is reported absent. She just came out of the hospital, and I'm not sure what's going on, but she's not doing well.
Okay. The first order of business is the approval of minutes for January 16, 2017. A motion and a second, please.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Olson, second by Sellers. Please take a look at the minutes, please.
I just received from the last minute from Melinda Cook some changes that she wanted. Now, I sent these minutes out well over a week ago.
Yeah.
And I don't mind including this and adding this as an addendum, but I think it's too much to make changes because some of this stuff it's more than what I intended to put on in the minutes. So it's up to you guys if you want me to do an addendum.
Just attached to the minutes.
Just attach them to the minutes, and I
So
can do that.
I make a
Okay.
motion just to attach them to the minutes.
Okay. Second.
Okay. We all looked over the minutes. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right. Next order of business is the approval of,
It's discussion and approval of the grant.
yeah, discussion approval of the grant for the dyslexia center. I need a motion and a second, please.
So moved.
Second.
Okay.
Have we come up with an amount yet, or no?
No, it's up to the board. What do you guys think?
I know you had said that it was, what she said, it's so much per person. You said it was 500?
I think it's 3,000.
3,000.
Oh, it's 3,000. Oh, okay.
So,
I would like to know, did we ever get a number of what our Liz said that would be, that we have, that we could give out?
do
Do you know that?
it would come out of our program line.
Oh, our program line.
And
You don't know what that is, right, offhand?
I think we're around 18 or 20,000 our program line.
Okay.
I think that's where we are.
How much do we usually use per year in that program line? Do you know?
Not a whole lot because we're just now starting to get
Different programs?
different programs, different things we want to start doing. So I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be fine because the budget year is coming to an end and we still got a considerable amount left in there. So I think we'll be fine to give her, an amount that you guys feel comfortable with.
Do you know you don't know what we spent this year though?
No.
In the program?
You have the expenditure budget report right there.
I have it,
Can you
yeah.
look at programs for me, please?
Where?
It may be on the second page.
We've only used $672.
$672,
Out
so-
of 20,000,
so-
only 3%.
Right, so we should be good to go. So you guys decide.
And you say it's 5,000 per?
I think it's 3,000.
3,000 per person.
3,500
Oh,
for the
3,500.
training of the tutor.
I know we had talked about, maybe trying to sponsor 2, people. So I wouldn't have a problem if we did, would it be 7,000 or would it be 8,000? It would be 7,000, right? If we sponsor 2 students, or, at this time, just to see how things went.
But it's $5,000 per student. It's 3,500.
Okay.
Is the
For
of
the
that
training.
5,000? I'm not sure. I was unclear whether it was of every 5,000
$3,500
per student. 3,500 is per
goes for the
tutor.
training, tutor training.
Seemingly, that's what I.
And then the
So
rest
really-
of it is for the student.
I would assume like the administrative costs of the center, and then I
Okay.
think the tutor gets paid as well after they're trained. So
Yeah.
the already trained tutors, I believe, are getting
Didn't we
paid
talk
tutor.
about that?
Yeah.
How we were thinking that wasn't right, that they didn't get paid?
No, I thought it was very interesting that
Yeah.
you can get the training for free.
Okay.
Because most things that you get, because you get the tutor can get 7 graduate training hours or graduate credits, or 160 CEUs, I don't know if it's CPDUs, which are like anyone, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so usually you would pay for those as a teacher, an educator, or like a para-educator. So that's kind of amazing that someone could get all those credits.
They don't get paid until after the training though, right?
Yeah.
That's the way I understand it.
So really it's, excuse me, so really it's $5,000 per thing.
Per student.
Right, yeah. So that's what I was saying in the beginning. So it's really $5,000. So if we want to do, then that's 10, that would be half our budget, but like you said, we're almost at the end of it.
Right.
I mean, so that money would just be sitting
Now,
there. So,
hold on now.
Okay.
Keep in mind, and I'm going to discuss this with the board. My plan is for the township to do a fundraising gala for the Dyslexia Center in October. My goal, hopefully, is to raise $120,000 for a whole 4-year operating cost for the organization. So keep that in mind as well.
My primary concern is just how to get, I'm not certain that the Dyslexia Center is serving the more underserved members of the community.
Okay.
And that's my only concern, is how can we parlay our investment into it to serving the clientele that township would want.
I got you. So what you're saying is we need to find a way to either have it maybe at the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah.
Which
And-
doesn't exist anymore, does it?
Boys and Girls Club?
I read something in the paper.
No, it's
the
still,
other day that
that's
it was
Big
this.
Brothers, Big Sisters you're
Oh,
talking
okay.
about. Boys and Girls Club are still.
what I'd like to know is, I know she had brought up where they have to go in and be tested and all that. So is it something that we need to look more into on how we can make sure that that we are giving a grant and helping children or people that we feel that are more in the township area, or do we want to look more into it before we jump up and say we want to give a grant, or?
When they get the testing done, I'm assuming, like family counseling has a couple different psychiatrists there. They do testing for ADHD and a bunch of other stuff too. And they have a grant through DHS that most families are eligible for, depending on their income. So some people use it for therapy, and then they get their meds with a psychiatrist, or they do this testing.
Well, I think we need to look more into.
Hold on 1 second.
So that would be free, that would be taken
But-
care of.
But you have to think about this. Township is not just our clients.
Right, I know
Everyone
that.
that lives
but-
within township,
Yeah.
we are.
So
if we can help
it
them, we
wouldn't
should help
matter
them.
then, right?
Right, it wouldn't matter,
okay.
really.
So then if we want to go that way,
Are there people that fall into the cracks that, that make too much money but yet still can't afford to do that?
Now, see, I don't know.
What
Would she know?
I thought
Would the
students
teacher
were
know,
doing
the
that.
director know if there are students that fit that criteria?
Yeah. Sure.
And plus getting the word out to Freeport in general, okay? How many people really know, unless it affects them or affects a family member or a good friend or a relative, knows what all this involves, what these people have to go through in order to make this happen.
yeah.
The other thing to consider too is, are they able to take on new students, or should we help students because they may be at their limit based on how many teachers they have?
Right, that's
That's
why I
why
said sponsor 2 new ones.
Well, maybe they can't fit 2 new ones, they don't have enough teachers to bring in
till
No,
noon.
I'm saying if we do 5,000, that's.
And they
what
have
we're
to
gonna
have a
teach.
teacher.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
And that one tutor, see, that's why I think, I don't know if the $3,500 is per student, because that one tutor would then serve more than one student,
Right,
Oh, okay.
right.
right?
They, yeah, I think they can serve up
Because she
to.
said sometimes they have two.
Right.
Well, yeah, they can.
One teacher sometimes might have two students.
And they meet once a week or twice? a
Twice.
week?
Yeah.
I think it was Wednesdays and Thursdays or Tuesdays and, oh no, 4 days a week.
But I mean with one individual.
Oh.
50-minute tutoring sessions
Okay.
per week,
Yeah.
in a one-to-one setting.
But they're open 4 days a week, I mean, right? Monday through
Monday
Thursday.
through Thursday.
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
Personally, I think we need to bring her in to get some more answers. So you
Yeah,
can
'cause I-
zero
You know
in
what,
on what
guys?
you want to do.
First of all, let's keep this in mind. Uh, Mrs. Newtwig is the director of that program.
Right.
If we're going to give them some funding for that program, she decides. We can't micromanage just because we're giving her money. We can't do that. So if we are going to do this, and if you want to bring her back in, that's fine, but we need to keep that in mind. So we got to keep
She
in
would
mind.
know. She
You know,
would know who really
so-
would need it.
Okay, well, you guys make the decision, you guys are the board, so what do you guys think?
I made a recommendation. And then
You made a
y'all-
motion to
Yeah, but
approve
I had the
$10,000.
conversation,
No,
And-
wait a minute.
No,
Didn't you do that?
and I made a motion that we give them enough for two,
Students?
students, or however, when I said 5,000, and they said, no, it's not 5,000, it's 3,500, and then they said, now it's 5,000, so I don't know
5,000
what
per
it is.
student, right? Or
That's
per,
right.
so like, the cost per student is $5,000 a year, is what it said in the
Okay, well then,
pamphlet.
Do you think it would be a good idea to invite, like you said, invite her back so we can get the specifics? I mean, you have most of the information in front of you, but as far as her telling us, you know, if we have any questions, we'll have time to write them down and actually ask her. Do we have any concerns?
but I'm saying with her having to be there on the nights that we're having a meeting, that's taking her away from her job. That's my thing. So I'm just saying, just like Pat just said, hey, if we're gonna give her some money, give it to her, let her figure out how to do it.
You just determined.
Then maybe later on,
Yeah,
maybe we
that's
won't
true.
do the two, I don't know. But maybe just give her the 5,000, let her figure it out, how to spread it amongst. And if we do plan to do something later on to help them by trying to do a fundraiser, then we can go from there. But right now, just give them something now and just say, hey,
And then
this is what we're
that'll
gonna
be-
donate.
That'll be in our next fiscal year, right? If we do a gala?
Mhm.
Okay. That sounds
So that's
good,
my
right?
proposal. I make a proposal that we give them the $5,000 this time, and let Ms. Ludwig do what she needs to do with that, and then maybe talk with her about doing a fundraiser.
And then, in the meantime, maybe we can go over and visit while they're having a session and see for ourselves how things operate.
Okay, so the motion is to approve $5,000 for a grant to the Dyslexia Center, and I need a second.
Second.
Okay, so we have a first and second.
Okay, motion by
Sellers,
Second
seconded by
Okay,
Altman.
Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Kathy Altman.
Here.
Here or yes?
Yes. I'm looking down here, I'm going,
What?
Joy Sellers.
Aye.
Melinda Cook.
Yes.
Patrick Sellers.
Aye.
All right, 4-0.
The next order of business is bills
Kathy
payable.
say here.
Please, take a look at the bills payable.
We need it.
Okay? I need a motion and a second, please, I'm sorry, before we take a look at bills payable. Need a motion.
So moved.
All right, motion by
second,
Sellers.
Souter, second by Austin.
second here.
Need those?
I have, I was looking for the one that already marked it.
Oh, okay. You guys gonna ask about the Elon Cloud?
Yeah, that's just, I'm gonna say, we got 3 of them.
That's our phone system. We
Uh-huh.
have the internet, phone system.
And that's fairly new.
Mhm. And that's, it's part of Spigot.
So then the other spigot charges, the specifically like the 971, well, just that block of invoices.
Is that the black invoices?
Yeah, those were for troubleshooting and different software things that we needed done in the office. The 971, that was for the month of November, and then we had a couple odd ones. They were going through the ticket requests that we had made and trying to bring those up to date and bill us for what we had done and completed so far. So we'll have a few more of those before the end of the fiscal year, but yeah, that was the main thing. I sat down with Dave and went through all the open tickets to see which ones were completed so we could get those paid for.
And then the 2 separate general assistance training institutes.
Yes, that's for the GAVI training. We do, that's general assistant training, because I think we've had some changes, and so they have a training over in Rockford that the kid, you wanna go?
Yeah.
Let me see if we can still get you registered in.
Why are they billed in 2 separate locations?
Because they're billed, one is billed in, where we at here?
Administrative, general assistance and the town fund.
Yes, because our caseworker is going, and I'm going as well.
Okay.
And we have,
I wouldn't mind.
Okay.
Extra information.
gotcha. I will look into it in the morning and shoot you an email.
Okay.
Okay.
And then the Photoshop?
Yeah, that's replacing our picture. We had a Microsoft Digital Image Pro picture it software program so that we could label our pictures after we take them. And we have a couple computers it no longer works on after Windows 10 is updated. So I was able to get those copies for $60 a piece instead of,
So it's like five
yes, they're 5
License.
copies for our, yes, 5 license, yep.
for, is it Creative Cloud or is it like just the program?
It's just the program. We didn't go with the full-fledged Photoshop. We went with the elements because what we need to do, I mean, it's gonna give us a lot of flexibility too as far as if we have to lighten or darken the pictures. But it's mostly for doing that and then labeling them so we can have the PIN number and the address and the date that we take the picture on each picture.
Okay.
Any more questions on claims and demands? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Kathy Altonsi,
Aye.
Joyce Sellers,
Aye.
Melinda Cook,
Yes.
Patrick Sellers.
Aye. You're gonna make me
I'm
say
so
here in a minute.
confused.
I'm gonna say here in a minute. Next order of business is the approval of lease agreement, 3 years resolution, 2018 TR02. Motion and second, please.
Second.
Obviously, second by Sellers, please. Take a look at the resolution. It's inside of your yellow folders. That's the
No,
agreement. That's the resolution. It's inside
That's,
the
yeah,
yellow
that's
folders.
just the lease, and Mike did the resolution
Yes.
with it for it.
Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Altensee. Aye. Cook.
Yes.
Sellers.
Aye.
Sellers.
Aye. All right, next order of business is supervisor report. I'm going to hand out the budget timeline on the budget to be presented to the board.
Yeah, I have one there.
Yeah.
Can you sign it, please, and pass it around?
And here we go. Okay, let's see, we talked about the dyslexia gala. Okay. I'm preparing to, haven't set the actual date yet, but I'm preparing to do the township urban issues training for area supervisors in Stevenson County, getting them, up to speed on
What did you call that?
urban issues.
That sounds so much better than,
I know,
Then what?
when,
just used to be the township dinners
As-
that we had.
as the city starts to clamp down more on crime in the city of Freeport, the other surrounding areas may want to be on the lookout for people leaving here and going there. So the urban issues training is going to teach the rural area township supervisors what to look for as it relates to gang activity, how to read taggings and markings, and how to actually do their own investigating if someone comes in for general assistance and you see somebody with that has a great big gang tattoo on them. You can look them up and do some research on them, just trying to give them a heads up on what could be possibly coming their way. Okay, so that's what the urban issues training is all about.
So who does the training?
Me.
Oh, wow.
Okay. But you don't know when it is?
Not yet, I haven't set the actual, I'm not actually done with the entire
Process.
in PowerPoint yet. So I'm going to hand out next something that I thought I talked to the board about, but maybe I didn't. This is the Get Rid of It program. The objective of this program is to help get guns off of the streets of the city of Freeport. What I proposed, and the city is on board as well as the police department, is having a steel lockbox set up to where if a mother or a sibling or someone finds a gun in the house and they want it out, drop it in the box, the police pick it up and get it out of your home.
Is this a known issue that like parents regularly, this is happening?
Far
frequently?
as.
Like parents finding like an illegal firearm in their home?
Yeah.
Probably more than you
I mean,
think.
I've heard, to the degree where we would have like a box that full of guns.
Yeah, well,
I mean, it wouldn't be full, but it
Yeah,
might
full.
get,
well, you
One or
know,
two
might
is
get a couple of them.
Any?
worth
if
it,
we
yeah.
can get
They're
one,
not loaded.
it
if
would.
you get one off
It
the
would be
street,
great.
it's better.
And this write-up talks about the whole program in its entirety, what everybody's role is. Our role is to purchase the box. Roughly probably about $900 to $1,000. It's a stainless steel box.
It's just one box?
It's one. I'm doing one box. We're doing one.
Okay.
Now here's the key. We've tried other places, but the best place that we found, and I spoke with Faith Center's pastor Soul, and he's going to allow us to put it where Glex is, the triangle, the front part, right there. And he's going to allow us to put it right there so people can drive up and drive off, and the police can drive up and take it out and drive off. So I think that's a
Fairly central.
fairly central spot, yes. So I think that'll be great. My hopes is to have this box available and have it ready to be placed in, and the city's role is to bolt it to the ground for us. They're gonna bolt it to the ground, get it in so you can't smash and run off with it, but you can't run off with it anyway because it's gonna be very heavy. It's steel, total steel box.
Kind of like a mailbox.
Yes, this box here is not it. This one isn't it. That's not it. I just use that as an example. That's not the one.
More like a mailbox.
It looks just like a mailbox, but it's painted differently, and it's only one way to get in.
Are they gonna have any issues with St. Joe's School being there so close?
I don't know.
I mean, as far as safety goes?
I mean, wouldn't the police have said something?
Mhm.
Do they know that's where you want to put it or no?
Oh,
Like
right.
putting it like in front of the police department might not be the
No.
best thing,
Right.
someone would not feel
Right.
comfortable.
My thing is this. I thought about that, But here's my answer. I'd rather have that gun inside of a box, a steel lockbox, than to be in somebody's pocket or in somebody's waist walking in front of this school, in front of this church.
Exactly.
So we can get it in the box, and the police can get it out there. The shift commander can get it at the first part of every shift, the middle of every shift. They'll check the box to make sure nothing's in it.
Plus their playground is over on the.
Right,
Right.
I was gonna say, it won't be there,
Right.
it'll be there.
Right.
You know, it won't be, even though it's right here,
Right.
it's still far away enough
St.
where
Joe's.
those
Right.
kids really ain't got no business being over there.
And so if you look inside of this write-up, it talks about the different statutes and everything, how the box will be protected. It's, you know, you have the criminal damage to government-supported property. It's the government-supported property, so if you mess with this box,
You can go to jail.
you get in some serious trouble about it. So, you know, it's set up very, very nicely. We just have to purchase the box, get the decals to put on it, and get it placed in the ground. I would like to have it, once we get it shipped, have it put in the ground the day it's shipped. We don't have to store it anywhere. Get it done the day it's shipped. Yes, ma'am.
My question is, I see that you have a marijuana plant on it.
Uh-huh.
So is it also that they could throw, if they found drugs in there, they could throw that in there?
We'll have the inside padded foam padded, thanks, Steve. So it's low impact, and you drop it in there, it's low impact.
Nobody hears it.
Right, it's just, and you can't shake it and rattle it and hear something in there,
Right.
so we
Throw a match in there.
we don't want to do that either. So yeah, that's, talk about urban issues, and that's,
Where is that, what would this be funded out of?
programs. We funded out of programs. Okay. One more thing.
Oh, I was gonna say, when will they,
Huh?
when are you looking for this to?
When the
happen?
weather breaks, because if we can't, can't do it now.
Yeah, I was just wondering when were you thinking about doing it?
When the weather breaks, probably in the spring, before it really gets heated up around here, because, yeah. Yes.
People sitting on the front porches and walking the
Yes.
streets.
Summer brings out
Uh-huh.
the violence.
Yes, yes it does. We have 20 clients.
I saw that it looked like there was a lot this month.
We have 20 clients.
What about applications and,
We have 5 pending. And we have 3 SSI, Social Security, pending Social Security. Okay?
which means they were a township, but they're being transferred?
No, they're pending Social Security, so that means, yeah, they're waiting for the decision whether they're gonna be approved for disability or not.
Okay.
Okay?
And township, you would get township prior
Yes,
to that?
yes.
And if they are approved, don't you get that,
Yes.
those money,
Yes,
they get that money
we
back?
recoup just rent.
Social Security, yep.
Okay. Next order of business is the assessors report.
The only thing I have to report is I'm working on my budget, and I will have it for the next meeting for you.
Okay.
Wouldn't you love to have a? Wouldn't it be nice?
Yeah, we can get,
Melissa's art, or Melinda's art, artistic, we'll have her do it.
You maybe give you a hand.
Yeah.
We'll get a fancy one.
yeah, hers will be fancy, ours will be, well, nothing against what Laura did. She did a great job, it does look great. But,
I don't even think about her.
she didn't have a word to say. That's okay, Laura, nothing.
Okay, nothing.
The next order of business is trustees report. Trustees, and anything.
No.
Next order of business is public comment. Any public comments?
Uh-oh, we got.
Okay.
You know, if Linda, if you want to make these, you know, knock yourself out. Really, really, because I think it'd be much more professional, nicer looking than what I did. I know she doesn't. That's my fault. That's on me.
Hold on 1 second. We have a public comment.
Okay,
She does.
where do you want me to stand, Pat?
Come up a little bit, a little more.
You gonna block me?
Right there.
Okay, I'm Steve Carroll, and I think the $5,000 that you're gonna grant to the Dyslexic Center is a great thing. It's desperately needed. Nationally, the illiterate rate is around 20%. Pat Ludwig said that the diagnosed rate for dyslexic is about 1 in 5, and there's quite a link there. So this is a really good thing, because she's not getting a lot of help. So thanks for stepping up on that, it's a great thing. The Get Rid of It program is worth a try, because the city isn't doing anything. And the location of this box, I live a block away. There's been gunfire in front of my house, on each side of my house, and this is desperately needed. We gotta try it. And if it doesn't work in that location, the city will be more than happy to move it, I'm sure. And I want to share something. On Christmas night, 2014, there were several gunshots in front of my house. So I watched the police block off the street in front of my house, Christmas night. And when it happens in front of your house, all you think about is public safety. That's like your top 10 priorities. So thanks for thinking about this, because it's got to get done. And one gun is a victory, so
Exactly.
thanks.
Thank you. Any other business coming before the town? Then I will entertain a motion to adjourn until Tuesday, February 20th, 2018.
Second.
Motion by Sarah, second by Alcee. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Meeting adjourned.